White Mage is the beginner-friendly healer available in Final Fantasy XIV, and it is also the only healer class available right from the get-go. So, if you'd like to have fast queues and would like to not have any problems getting into dungeons ASAP, then I suggest going for this class. With that being said, I'll talk you through the basics of White Mage to get you started. First things first, we're going to be talking about DPS skills. First up, we have Glare 3. This is your main DPS skill that deals 310 potency to a single target. This skill will be the bread and butter of your DPS rotation, so go ahead and put this in a comfortable spot in your hotbar, because you'll be pressing this button over and over. Next, we have Dia. This is your single target damage over time skill. It deals 60 potency damage initially and adds a 60 potency dot for 30 seconds. This is an instant cast GCD skill, so it's a great skill to use to keep up your GCD when you need to move. Next, we have Holy 3. This is your AoE DPS skill that deals 150 damage to all nearby enemies. An added effect is that it also stuns the enemies for a few seconds, making this skill very helpful in dungeon runs to help mitigate damage for your tank. The next section we're going to talk about is job skills. White Mage's job gauge is the Lily system. Every 30 seconds, you acquire a Lily to use as a resource for the next two skills. First, we have Afflatus Solus. This is a single target heal that uses one Lily. When used, it heals for 800 potency and nourishes the Blood Lily. This is an instant cast GCD skill, so it's great for skill weaving, and considering the potency of the heal, this is also great for tank busters. Next, we have Afflatus Rapture. This is basically the AoE version of Afflatus Solus. This is an AoE healing skill that uses one Lily, and when used, it heals for 400 potency to everyone nearby. Just like Afflatus Solus, this is also an instant cast GCD heal, so you can use it for movement or for skill weaving. Each time you use a Lily, meaning you use one of the two skills we just talked about, it nourishes the Blood Lily. The Blood Lily becomes available when you use 3 of your regular Lilies. This Blood Lily is used for Afflatus Misery. This is an AoE DPS skill that consumes the Blood Lily. It deals 1240 potency for the initial target and then 50% less for the rest. This skill is also an instant cast, so you can use it like you would the other two skills, as long as it's available. Next up, we'll be talking about utility skills. The first utility skill that we have is Raise. This is your generic revive ability that all healers have. Please always keep it in your hotbars. Next up, we have Presence of Mind. This reduces spell cast time, recast time, and auto attack delay by 20%. This pretty much makes your GCD quicker, and it makes slide casting easier to dodge incoming AoEs. Thin Air is one of the few MP management skill that White Mage has. You have 2 stacks, and it negates the MP cost of the next skill that you use. This is great when paired with Raise, because it basically makes it a free ability to use. You just gotta cast it for 7 seconds if you don't have Swift Cast. Next, we have Divine Benison. This is a single target shield ability that absorbs damage equaling to a 500 potency heal. This shield can be given to the White Mage themselves or to other party members. This is a helpful ability to negate some damage from tank busters or to potentially save yourself or others. Plenary Indulgence is an interesting ability. It grants Confession to nearby party members for 10 seconds. What Confession does is it triggers an additional 200 potency heal when HP is recovered by using Medica, Medica 2, Cure 3, or Afflatus Rapture. The added potency heal on top of the heal that you're already going to be used is very helpful during damage-heavy sections of the raid. Next, we have a mitigation skill in Aqua Veil. This reduces any damage taken of the target by 15% for 8 seconds. This is pretty much a healer version of a tank mitigation, albeit on a shorter duration, so it's best used for tank busters. Temperance is one of your capstone skill. This increases your healing magic potency by 20% and reduces damage for nearby party members by 10% for 20 seconds. Like the other level 80 healer skills, this is great for parts of the raid or dungeon where there is big damage going on. Next, we're going to be talking about the skills that makes the healer a healer. Healing skills. For single target, the first heal that we have is Cure. This is a basic heal skill that heals for 500 potency for 400 MP. This is a typical starting heal that all healers start off with, so there's not much bells and whistles. The upgraded version is Cure 2. This is a stronger version of Cure and heals for 800 potency for 1000 MP. And that's pretty much about it. There's not much of a difference between Cure and Cure 2, other than Cure 2 being a better heal once unlocked. Next, we have Regen. This is the first Regen heal that white mages get. It grants a healing overtime buff of 250 potency for 18 seconds. Keep in mind that this only applies a regen and doesn't have an initial heal, so be mindful when using this on someone who's low in health. Tetragrammaton is an instant 700 potency OGCD heal. This is great for healing up your tanks after taking a tank buster, or a party member who stepped on an AoE. Either way, this is a great skill for a big burst of healing for one party member. The last single target heal that we have is Benediction. This is your level 50 capstone ability. This skill heals the target to full and usually used for when a tank uses their immunity cooldown and is on life support at 1 HP. This is best used with a Dark Knight or a Gunbreaker, since their tank immunity either needs them to be healed fully or leave them vulnerable at 1 HP. I also personally use this with recently revived teammates so that they can get back into the fight without any problem. For AoE healing, the first AoE heal that we have is Medica. It heals for 400 potency to everyone nearby, and that's pretty much it. This is pretty much the AoE version of Cure. Medica 2 is your first AoE regen heal. It initially heals for 250 potency and has 150 potency regen on every nearby party member. Next we have is Cure 3. This is the stronger version of Medica and can be used to heal around the target instead of being around the white mage itself. It heals for 600 potency but with a hefty 1500 MP cost on top of a smaller radius around the user or the target. This is useful to get high amounts of healing, but the range can be quite small and easy to miss if you're not close enough. Asylum is the similar placeable AoE bubbles that all healers have, with a few tweaks and quirks. This heals everyone inside the bubble for 100 potency for 24 seconds. When inside the bubble, this also increases any healing skills and abilities used on the party by 10%. Assize is one of the few MP management skills that white mages have. This is an AoE skill that does both damage for 400 potency to every nearby enemies and heals every party member for 400 potency as well. An added effect on this skill is the 5% restoration of MP to the user. Lastly, we have Liturgy of Bel. This is your level 90 capstone ability. This is a placeable skill that summons a healing blossom with 5 stacks for 20 seconds. Each stack heals for 400 potency every time the user takes damage. This skill can be pressed one more time to expend all stacks and heals everyone nearby for 200 potency for each remaining stack. So to kind of break this down, each stack is essentially a 200 potency each. But if the white mage takes damage, one stack is consumed for 400 potency heal instead. This is great for parts of the raid where the party, or at least the white mage, is taking consistent damage. And that's it. That's the complete breakdown of white mage's skills up to level 90. This class is pretty straightforward both in terms of healing and DPS. White mage is a very reactionary healing class and pretty much boils down to, if we take damage, I can heal it with so-and-so skill. Even with the job gauge, the mechanics involving the skills are also simple but very effective, and it rewards the players with extra DPS for using the instant heals that benefit a single target or the entire party. If you've reached this part of the video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much for watching the entire video and listening to what I have to say. I didn't really think that there was going to be, a couple people that actually ended up liking how I heal in Final Fantasy XIV. So it thank you. um, Also, I kind of wanted to use this time to promote my other socials, such as my Twitter and my Twitch. I have the links down in the description box below. This time, the patch 6.4 has dropped and Savage Rage are probably out. So I wanted to invite you guys to my stream because me and my Static is going to be progging the new Savage fight. So yeah, if you want to see a healer suffer through mechanics, then I definitely appreciate it if you guys could come. Also, this is actually a great time to have you guys watch how I kind of go through Savage mechanics and how my thought process when it comes to healing. So yeah, nothing better than the real actual thing right in front of you. But other than that, yeah, I just wanted to personally thank you guys for the support, the likes, the comments. It really helps me out. Keeps me motivated, and I like seeing and reading all of the comments that you have posted on the videos. It really kind of helps me to make more and kind of give me an idea of what people like to watch. So yeah, thank you so much. Once again, my name is Kawago. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.